All right, what is going on, guys? Football's back again, and we finally got the banner news for end of the month. It is a Friday, so we did get it a day earlier than normal. Usually it'll be on the 28th, since the end of the month is the 31st. Let's just get right into it. Okay, so it's not going to be showing up here. Fortunately, my boy Heken did post this in, and let's just get right into it. So, Japanese Parasol Autumn Dew. I literally just made a video saying I would love to see more Parasol units outside of, what is it called? Outside of like a collab of Burn the Witch. I was talking about Parasol and Nanao being one of my favorite like characters from back in the day, as well as Jushu and Shunsui. Like their designs are just really cool. So it looks like we're getting more Parasol units, and it's gonna be Parasol Rukia, which I'm not gonna lie, the art looks really nice. I love the flowers that she has on. I think her design just in general looks really cool. I love Gin. I love that he has that Sasuke Uchiha purple white poison thing going on that he has. I don't really know how to explain it. And then of course we have Ikkaku holding his waistband, looking like he just fucked a couple hoes, maybe a couple grandmothers. And yeah, so let's just get right into it since we don't have access to the gameplay just yet. It looks like KLab has what do you call it, made it private, so we can't really get access to it just yet. They'll probably make it live or unlisted sometime soon. But without further ado, we do actually have the stats and skills. So with that being said, let's actually pull this up. Let's let me do this and just like 1, 2, 3. I haven't seen this yet, aside from like Gin and his Soul Reaper killer, just because I'd rather record a video while I do this. And yeah, let me make sure that everything's in picture. That way it's a little zoomed in, but not like right. Okay, so Gin, right? He's gonna be a Soul Reaper unit with a Soul Reaper killer for speed. So we're getting another speed unit, and he does have Havoc because I did see that. I wanted to make sure that he got Havoc. And yeah, I think that this character looks so far pretty cool in terms of the design. Not really sure what he does just yet. So obviously SP based unit. I see the Frenzy +2, which is good. Let's just talk about the what is it called? Let's talk about the utility skills that this character is going to have, right? His soul trait is going to be strong attack recharge. This character has weaken as a status ailment. For his innate skills, we have Sprinter +2. We have Read All Affiliation Dodge, which is really good for certain content in the game. Kind of limited content, like the content that this is really good in is limited, but it does help out quite a lot when you do need that. We have full stamina only, reduced strong attack cooldown. Is this guy a healer? Oh, multi-barrier +2. I'll be interested to see if he gets a heal or something like that to keep his full stamina, since he has weaken here. He doesn't have the healer skill, so my guess is he's not a healer at all. But multi-barrier +2 along with full stamina, it just in general is really good. Going into the more utility skills, we have debilitator +5 seconds, which is always standard for weaken, to be honest. We have sharpshooter, so guard break, as well as nullify range resistance, so this character is going to be a ranged unit. We have multi-barrier +2, which means he's going to give himself 5 barriers and his allies 3. Increased status element chance against power attribute enemies is always good to see. That means that this character is going to proc a lot. He has complete status immunity, not team immunity. That's really interesting to note because he's not going to be giving whatever status element immunity to his squad in content like GQ. We have hidden enemies, so he has hidden enemies and sharpshooter. That's really good. We have Read All Affiliation Dodge on this character, Sprinter +2, damage to weaken enemies 40%. Alright, so let's talk about the damage skills, right? Just going into his special move, the only things I see here are damage inflicted at full stam 20%, which will go up to 45 if you decide to link slot this character, which, let's be real here, you're probably going to do that. And then the damage to weaken enemies +40%, along with the damage to weaken enemies 50% when you weaken the enemy naturally through his soul bomb. That's going to be a really strong soul bomb. Now going into the actual strong attack damage, this character has full stamina only strong attack recharge 6% to go along with his SAR 12%. So he has a built-in strong attack recharge 18% if you keep his full stam, which is very easy to do with multi-barrier. We have full stamina damage boost 45% when you link slot this character, as we talked about earlier, which you kind of should. Oh, I didn't scroll down. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm just gonna do this. I was hoping that it would zoom in properly, but we have full stamina is only increased strong attack damage 40%, which is a straight up 40% damage increase. This does not add on to your Berserker, so it will scale well with Berserker, which is awesome. So Frenzy +2, increased strong attack damage 40% at full stam, full stam plus 45% damage when you have him link slotted. We have the reduced strong attack cooldown 18%, increased status ailment chance, so you're going to be proccing your weaken off a lot, and then you have damage to weaken enemies plus 40%, which is not really 40%. Like, if we actually take the damage that you would deal, say you would normally deal 100 damage to an enemy, you're dealing the damage to weaken enemies plus 40%, and the damage to weaken enemies 50%, because a character that is weakened will actually take 50% more damage normally. So instead of dealing 50% more damage or 40% more damage, you're actually dealing about 110% more damage to the enemy that is weakened. That is huge in terms of damage multiplier, so I'll be interested to see how well this character performs outside of I feel like I'd be interested to see how this character performs in content like Epic Raids as well as Guild Quest. I think he should be very good in Guild Quest depending on his kit, since he did get Havoc and he has Frenzy plus 2 with the increased status ailment chance. The Frenzy plus 2 alone is going to make sure that he procs his weaken even on enemies that aren't power units in particular, which is why I'm bringing up Guild Quest. So that's going to be quite interesting. You're going to see me bring up Guild Quest a lot because since now we have the very hard GQ, I think that that's going to be very interesting to see how characters perform there. Next, we have the Japanese Parasol Rukia, which is going to be a power unit with a Rankar killer. So she's a Soul Reaper with a Rankar killer. Special causing immense damage and inflicting freeze, which is pretty standard for a Rukia. We have a strong attack recharge minus 12%. So let's just break down. Oh my god, Rampage. Status ailment spiritual pressure boost, frenzy plus 2, increased status ailment chance. Wow. Just wow. Fucking healer. Bro, what the hell? Okay, let's just talk about utility skills, right? Strong attack recharge minus 12%, sprinter plus 1, medic, so she's the team healer. She has the healer skill, which means that she gets an extra 30% to her heal, which means that instead of healing by the normal 30%, I think it's like 39 or 38%. Or does she hit? No. Instead of healing for 20%, she would heal like 29%. If this is her third strong attack and it's a charge skill, she heals like 40% of a character's max HP, which means that like plus the 30% to the 40% should be about 13. So I want to say like 53%-ish you're healing. Let me just 100 times 1.4 times 1.3. No, okay, it's 40 times 1.3. There it is, 52% heal instead of a normal 40% if it's a third strong attack. I'm not really sure yet how, like I said, we don't get the gameplay yet. It's still privated unless it, there it is. Hello. Cool. All right, there you go. She has sharpshooter. Okay, so the utility skills, let's be quick before we get into the actual gameplay. Sprint plus 1, medic team heal, healer bigger heal, freeze immunity, debilitator plus 5 seconds, so she does freeze harder, increased status element chance against all technique attribute enemies, that's awesome. Sharpshooter, so guard break as well as nullify range resistance. We have frenzy plus 2, going to damage, we have frenzy plus 2, havoc 20%, so increased range of your strong attacks. Status ailment spiritual pressure boost stacks incredibly well with frenzy plus 2. Damage inflicted at full stam will go up to 45% when you link slaughter. With the increased status element chance, your spiritual pressure boost is just going to skyrocket. And after you kill 50 enemies, like this character is already dealing double damage thanks to the rampage. And then if that wasn't enough, she has team party, power attribute, strong attack, recharge 20%. So between rooms, you're also giving yourself as well as your team a cooldown reduction over and over and over again on a character that's a healer. This is going to be really cool for content like IT, where you might want one character to carry. And I think that she should carry fairly well. I'll be interested to see what else she can do. Because it looks like she's just a healer unit. Heals on a second strong attack are usually a 30-second cooldown instead of a 40-second cooldown, like boosts as well as barriers. So if it's a second strong attack, that could be pretty good. And then last but not least, we do have Ikkaku, mind unit with a human killer. Gross, but I mean, unfortunately, we definitely need more human killer GQ units. So my guess is this character is going to have some GQ crap. Where's the GQ crap? No GQ crap. I'm surprised. I'm actually quite surprised. I'm not gonna lie. So he is gonna be an SP based unit. Damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment plus 30% soul trait. Now it looks like this is finally being put onto new character soul trait. I know that this was given to a, I forget which character got it as a resurrection soul trait, which is really, really weird to see, but okay. Immense damage, so no status elements. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Do you have the plus 100%? No, you don't. Okay, so let's just talk about the utility skills. Sprint +1, long stride, so his character is going to be very fast. Dodge a human, damage 50%. I really hate the dodge mechanic, so seeing this kind of sucks. But for content like GQ, this could work out in his favor. Attainable skills, we have Havoc 20% for the utility, so increased strong attack radius. We have Guard Break, hit hidden enemies, Pierce Iron Skin, Heart Link Slot Potions +5, and Super Heart Link Slot Potions +5. We have Heart Droplet Drop +30%, so he's definitely a farmer as well. Strong Attack Recharge as an attainable skill is always good to see on an SP-based unit that doesn't have SAR as a soul trait. And then going into the damage, we have a Frenzy +2, Berserker 60%. That's really good considering that we have the soul trait of damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment 30%, and we have the Pierce Iron Skin, so we don't have to worry about proccing a status ailment or dealing excessive damage to make up for the fact that we don't have status ailments in that type of content. Then we have Devastation of 60% for the Soul Bomb. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty good. Keep in mind that the damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment 30% will stack with the Devastation. So like the Devastation is gonna deal 60% more damage, and then like 1.6 for 60% more damage, and then the damage to enemies not afflicted by a status ailment, you can deal an extra 30% more damage, which will actually increase that 60 and 30% will combine to a 108% damage bonus. But keep in mind, you can give this character weakened defense, and he will still get the damage to weakened defense on the enemies that you soul bomb. But this damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment, weakened defense is not considered an ailment by the rules of the game, which is why you can give weakened defense to a character with weakening or paralysis or burn, and both status ailments stack. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into the gameplay. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time.
The Brave Souls team. Once again, I'll be introducing you to new Brave Souls characters and what they have to offer. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more Brave Souls content.
My eyes are tired.
Without further ado, let's get
7 in the morning.
Today, I'll be introducing
I really like the art on these characters, man.
Parasol Zenith summons.
Oh, let me make sure that I change it to 1080p.
The first character in this summons is Ikkaku.
Ikkaku looks dope.
Attribute character
Yo, he looks sick, bro.
Is damage to enemies not afflicted
Motherfucker look like he came out of a Gucci store, bro.
Damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment +30%. He is a melee, strong attack type character, and his innate skills are Sprint +1, Long Stride, and Dodge human damage 50%.
Yeah, let's skip to the gameplay. I've already talked about these characters.
Thanks to his skills, increase Super Heart Lick Slot Potions +5,
Full screen third.
Slot Potions +5,
Lunge first, strong attack.
He will also be
Lunge first isn't horrible.
that have Iron Skin in Inheritance Trials. Thanks to his skill,
Second strong attack. Second strong attack looks like the 2500 link beam. I'm not gonna lie, 2500 link beams as a second strong attack, it's not the worst strong attack, to be honest. Like, I actually like the 3000 link beam. I just wish that it was on a first strong attack, to be honest.
Let's look more closely at his attacks.
Okay.
Here are the normal attacks. His normal
Pretty standard nat
attacks
string.
4 melee attacks.
Hits behind him when he's using his last hit.
Now for the strong attacks.
Standard
attack
lunge.
1 deals damage while pushing forward.
Should be a 570 AoE thanks to the Havoc.
Here is the second strong attack.
Should be a
Strong
2500
attack 2
link beam.
deals damage straight ahead.
Pretty straightforward. Good strong
Here
attack,
is the third strong attack.
very, very long.
This attack goes full screen.
I love the dragon design on this. I'm not gonna lie, the flavor on that is really, really, really cool. Especially like when you consider his Bankai, right? Because he's not in Bankai form, so it's still like a little, kind of like alluding to his Zanpakuto. Aw, dude. That's actually cool.
And that wraps
I love
us
the
up.
attitude of Ikkaku, man.
And now for Rukia.
Rukia looks really cool. I think she looks really, really nice.
Strong attack recharge time reduction. She is a range.
Yeah, let's skip. Oh wait, we could talk about her thing here, right? Yeah, so she does have a second strong attack heal, but it doesn't proc freeze, which is kind of
Here's a
sad.
list with the rest of the
But it is a
skills.
30-second cooldown, so she's gonna get her strong attack back normal than a normal boost.
Now, let's see
But
this
sometimes
character
a
in action.
boost to your team is
She
better
can
than
inflict
just a
freeze on
straight up
technique
heal.
attribute enemies with ease, thanks to a skill, increased status ailment chance against technique attribute enemies.
Is that first
You can
strong
also
attack?
expect her to deal great
Oh, the
damage
first strong
to
attack
frozen
looks like
enemies,
Art Book
thanks to a
Ichigo, so
skill,
that's gonna be the
status
vacuum
ailment
explosion.
pressure boost
Is gonna be my
50%,
guess.
and damage to frozen enemies 40%. Plus, the damage output will increase as she progresses through threats,
Frenzy 2
thanks to
spiritual
a
pressure
skill,
boost is so
Rampage
strong.
50%, which increases the damage she inflicts
That
by
looks like a
2%
960.
for every enemy she defeats.
And a full screen through strong
Next,
attack.
let's
It's not a
look
bad
more
kit.
closely at her
That's actually
attacks.
not a bad kit
Here
at
are
all.
the normal attacks.
The first strong attack is a little iffy. Like, I personally prefer a beam, but I mean, it's a beam is. Beams are just OP. Like, it is what it
Gathers
is.
enemies in front of the character while inflicting damage. Here is
Yeah.
the second strong.
So, if you actually pay attention here, like, the reason that I know that this is the Art Book Ichigo vacuum explosion, when she pops off this
Now
first
for the
strong attack,
attacks.
like, you'll see here that on a crit, she's dealing like 860 damage,
Attack gathers
right?
enemies in front
Because
of
that's
the
just like the
character while
vacuum portion,
inflicting
right? 370 to like 465. Here, the enemies actually have attribute advantage against her, which is why the numbers look that way. But when she pops off her second strong attack, instead of dealing 5,000, we're now dealing 1,600 to 2,000, right? So that's how you can tell, like, at least that's how I can
strong attack.
very
The
easily
second
tell.
strong attack surrounds
This
the
looks like a 960 AoE distant, which is a really, really, really good second
character
strong
and
attack.
attacks forward. This attack
It looks like they made her second strong attack with 40-second cooldown. Caleb, what are you thinking, bro?
also heals. Here is the third strong
That
attack.
actually sucks, I'm not
This
gonna lie.
attack goes full screen.
Straight up full screen through strong attack. I'm interested in her soul bomb.
Finally, her special move.
Okay, Ikkaku's soul bomb was
Sunshine
sick.
After Rain.
Sunshine after rain. Oh, that's cool. I think it would have been nicer if they did like some cherry blossoms here, even though I don't believe cherry blossoms are in season this time of year. I feel like it would have been like a nice little homage to the Kuchiki clan and Byakuya.
And now for Gin.
Aw, dude, Gin looks sick. He even
Gin
got
is a
gloves,
speed
bro.
attribute character with soul
Man, looking like you're ready for a
His soul
rectal
trait is
exam.
strong attack. Keeping Gin at full health will
That's
allow
stupid,
him to reach
bro.
Gid's
That's
character
my
in
bad.
action.
Alright, so
Keeping Gin at full health will
So he's literally alluding to like the full health output, damage output. If this character can keep his full health across the entire playthrough, you will have such a smooth transition. Like, he's getting a strong attack recharge 18% built in, so if you add like an extra 36% strong attack recharge, assuming that you don't have 14% links, right? This character will get access to like 54% strong attack recharge. And you could like go out of your way to do like strong attack recharge full stamina damage boost links and just like eat up all that value, because this character getting like the full stam 40% strong attack damage along with the full stam damage boost of 45%, stacking up full stamina damage boost and strong attack recharge on this character just means that this character is going to clap
will
cheeks.
allow him to reach great damage output.
So I didn't catch what the
Main
first
skill,
strong attack
full
was.
stamina only,
Standard
reduced
full
strong
screen
attack
third
cooldown
strong attack.
6%, and his skills full stamina damage boost 20% and full stamina only,
Okay.
increased strong attack damage 40%.
Alright.
Making use of the previously mentioned skills,
That is huge. That doesn't even look like a
making use of the
960.
previously
It probably is just a 960, but it looks freaking. It looks like an 1170, dude.
mentioned skills won't be much of
Nah, I didn't hit the
an issue,
guys behind.
as he can be
Okay.
kept at full health with the help of his skill multi-barrier +2.
I like the barrier.
Plus, he is particularly effective against power attribute enemies, thanks to his skills,
Increased status element chance.
against power attribute
As if he
enemies,
needed it,
and
he has
damage
frenzy
to weakened
+2.
enemies 40%.
Increased status element chance along with frenzy +2 is just so strong.
Look more closely at his attacks. Here are the normal attacks. His normal attacks
Standard
are a string of
ranged.
4 ranged attacks.
It looks like pushback instead of a normal, instead of the melee collision like Lile Baro, it looks like it's just straight up range collision.
Now for the strong attacks. strong attack.
That looks like a
1 goes
40%.
forward and pushes the enemies.
Yeah, 920. His second strong attack should hit for like
Here is the second
1200,
strong attack.
1100, close enough. With the crit, you're getting 1200.
This attack also provides a barrier.
Yeah, 1900 when he has killer.
This attack goes full
And
screen.
standard full screen. So 40% magnification for strong attack pushes back the enemies. This is not very good for GQ in particular. If he's your main unit, like if he's the main, what is it called? The main runner. Like you can, you know, obviously manipulate it how you will, but as a side unit, this is going to be really dangerous. The multi-barrier is going to be it looks like a 960, but it looks like an 1170 from the side, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 960, like 99% sure. It's going to be a 960 AoE distant, just like Rukia's second strong attack, which is a really, really, really good strong attack. Very, very good range, good damage, and then standard full screen third strong attack. Nothing really crazy special here, aside from he's just an overall strong, good character for Soul Reaper week.
Harvest Wind Slash.
Though I still think that there are better options for GQ in particular. Oh, that's cool. Like the blades of grass. What are you doing? What?
That wraps it up.
It's like slashes the sky? Bro, no way, bro.
And that wraps it up for Gin. And those were the
Yeah,
character
that's
intros.
pretty much like that's pretty much all these characters. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say like I'm overly impressed or whatever, but I will say that the designs for the characters look really, 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 really good. I don't think that any of these characters are, in my opinion, 100% necessary. I don't think anyone really changes the meta all that much, aside from maybe Rukia. My concern with Rukia is more that first strong attack doesn't really lend itself to flow very well, because the first strong attack is going to lock you into place, so you don't really have a lot of mobility there. And since she doesn't have, does she have Sprinter plus 2? She does, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, no, she doesn't have Sprinter plus 2. Since she doesn't have Sprinter plus 2 or Long Stride, and this character has the medic healer ability, with her second strong attack, this character is going to not be able to proc her status element spiritual pressure boost as often, because her second strong attack literally doesn't give her the ability to proc status elements. I don't think that you'd have that much of an issue though, because the first strong attack has a lot of hits, and with the increased status element chance, she should do just fine with the frenzy plus 2 increased status element chance, to be honest. And with the rampage plus 2, this character is going to hit so fucking hard that I really do believe that she's probably best in banner. I would like to believe she's best in banner, but that's not to say that Gin is bad at all. He just straight up is like full stamina. What is it called? Like a full stamina steamroller, right? You have strong attack recharge 18%, full stamina strong attack plus it looks like 110%, some crazy shit. Like if I pull up like times 1.45 if you T20 and get damage inflicted at full stam 20%, get it to 45%, and then you have the full stamina increased strong attack damage. So you're getting this. Yeah, you're getting like 103% damage increase from that alone, and that's not even taking into account the fact that you get damage to weaken enemies plus what did we say before? The 1.4, 1.5. We're getting plus 110% damage if you proc weaken on the enemy. You have a high chance to proc weaken because you have Frenzy 2, increased status element chance. You have multi-barrier plus 2, so you have a bit of protection to yourself as well from losing your full stamina damage boost. I think that this character is just cracked as well. I really like the kit too. 40% mags, in my opinion, I like them. Don't really like them for epic raids, don't really like them for guild quests, but outside those in particular, like boss stages and Senkaimon, I personally love the 40% because it just provides an overall... It literally is just it's like putting the palm of your hand on some kid's forehead as he's trying to punch you, and he's just like wailing, and you're just like pop, just like smack the shit out of his head, just palm that little motherfucker, bro, just, and then maybe just you know, like quick little sock. You don't want to abuse the kid, but you want to just show him like stop being stupid, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, I do think that this banner is pretty good. I'm probably gonna do 5 steps on this banner just because I really like the parasols, just in general. If I pull something, cool. If I don't, then I'm gonna go back to playing Baldur's Gate.